All right, so here I am up in the Camel's Hump State Forest. Here, just parked my car, getting ready to go do an overnight. Looking forward to it. Just barely realized I left all my camera gear at home, and I was really hoping to make a nice video of this trip, but I'm still going to do that. But there won't be any GoPro footage, and there won't be any extra footage. It's all going to be shot with my phone, so hopefully that works out. Got about 10-15 minute hike down to my site, and then I'm going to set up camp. Alright, I made it to my spot. This is actually the exact same place I camped last time. And I was thinking, I should try to scope out a different spot, but this spot is really great. Lots of firewood here, close to the brook. It's going to be really good. Time to set up camp. Best firewood there is for a twig stove. Stuff is bone dry. It's from a maple tree that snapped off in the wind, or snapped off when that ash tree came on it. Bone dry stuff though. Ouch. A little bit of fire starter. Stuck in a egg carton with candle wax poured on top of it. Break them into small pieces. They'll burn forever. I don't even really need it to start this twig stove, but I usually do. It's just kind of fun, easy way to get it going. Nice. And away she goes. Yep. Time for coffee. Oh, got my little campsite set up here. And a little stool to sit on. It's actually an old sap bucket. I just finished brewing up some coffee. Fire's gone out. A cup of coffee there. My campsite, my tent back there, my tarp. So it's fairly early. It's not quite 4 o'clock. I wanted to spend a little extra time here today. The brook is that way. I don't know if you can hear it on the video. I figure in an hour or so I'm going to go fish for a while. So this brook used to be a tiny little stream that ran down through the mountains here. I mean, it still is. But during Hurricane Irene, the water got up that high and it washed away a lot of the shore, a lot of the banks. That whole hillside there has washed down. All the trees across it. It really scoured it. I mean, there's still brook trout in here. It's not as shaded in lots of places. There's not as many pools. It's really degraded. I mean, it'll come back, but God, it's been what? It's 10 years since Hurricane Irene. Not quite, but well. Well, I just fished this brook, fly fished this brook, with dry flies for, God, it didn't seem like that long, but it was maybe close to an hour, 40 minutes. Had a tough time right at first, and I was using a couple of Adams dry flies that I couldn't really see on the water. Had a couple of strikes, but couldn't see the fish hit, so couldn't set the hook. Then I switched to this big bushy thing. I don't know if you see that. Super high visibility, and I did quite well. I missed several, but I caught two. I brought two in. Got pictures. Not that great because you got to shoot them quick if you're gonna let the fish go. I actually considered maybe keeping them, but I brought a lot of food. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Really wishing I remembered my camera gear. At the very least, the holder for my phone, so I could have set it up on a tripod. I did try one shot where I balanced it against a rock, and that lasted all of 2 seconds before it tipped over. Anyway, it is 20 minutes of 6, and the sun has essentially gone down in this deep valley here. And I am really hungry. So the plan is make my way back to camp, build a little fire, get some supper going. And that's where I need to go, and this is a field of nettles, about as far as you can see. And I'm wearing shorts. Alright, very beginnings of the fire. The idea being, I'm going to cook some supper. Homemade chili, dehydrated. I'm rehydrating it now. Looking forward to supper. A lot more to go on the supper table here. Got the chili, got some hot dogs, have some bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers, some fresh corn, some local Vermont beef. Yeah. Looking good. Well, the chili's just about done. I'm gonna let it steep for a little while longer. I got the fire going. I'm letting it burn down to some decent coals, and I'm gonna put my little grill on there and grill up the rest of supper. Then I'm gonna just stoke the fire and have a nice campfire tonight. Inside my tent, fire's out there. Decided not to put the rain fly on tonight. It's not gonna rain. It's kind of warm tonight, so thought it'd be good to basically be sleeping out under the stars. It's just got a fine mesh, no seam net kind of thing. Yeah, set up my bed stuff now. Check in a little bit. All right. Well, let's see. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm in my little tent. Feels like being in a little fort, like when you're a kid, built your own fort. Comfy. Get the light out here. Yeah, it's pretty dark. You see the fire. Yeah, fire's still going. I just kind of stoked it. I picked up quite a bit of wood, and my glasses. My glasses are the only things that show. Let me turn the light back on. There we go. Anyway, it's only 9 o'clock, but been reading. I got my Kindle app on my phone, and still plenty full from supper. Just relaxing. No doubt going to bed early. It's starting to get cool. And it's starting to cool off, and I probably need both sleeping bags tonight. That's cool. And I guess that's it. See you in the morning, and I'll say goodnight. Yo, good morning. It is early. Let's say like 4 o'clock. 4:30 actually. Got really chilly in the night. It's in the 50s for sure. I mean, I got a mummy bag. I stayed warm enough. I just could not stay asleep. I gotta pee. So I'm getting up. I'm gonna stoke the fire, sit out there for a while, have a cup of coffee. Probably hit the trail early. Head on home. Get on with my day. And whatnot. Alright. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, good morning. Again. Almost 5:30. I've had some breakfast, cup of coffee. Sun's just about, well, sun's not up, but it's light out. Light out enough to see here. The plan is to pack up and get out of here early. Got an hour, at least an hour's drive home. Get that done, and I got a lot of other stuff I gotta do today, so. Alright, next stop, packing. got my pack on. Campsite's all cleaned up. It's about 20 after 6 in the morning, obviously. Sorry about the hand. Hard to maneuver here. Alright, grab my fly rod and I'll be out. It was a good trip. Didn't sleep as good as I wanted to last night, but I ate well. Had a nice campsite. Caught lots of fish. Weather was great. And I'm getting an early start out of here, which is always great too. So, alright, gotta bounce. Till next time. I don't know if this video is going to do it justice, but this is a perfect example of what happened to this brook after Hurricane Irene. So this brook it drains the Camel's Hump watershed. So it comes out of really high mountainous area and it runs through a very narrow valley down to the Winooski River. It's a fairly short brook. But years ago, before the hurricane, I've fished this my whole life pretty much, and it was about as wide as it is now, 20 feet in places, 10 feet or less in others, and essentially the forest came right up to the shore. After Hurricane Irene, the water literally, from signs I've seen, the water literally was 25 to 30 feet high here, coming down crazy, and it essentially widened the channel, scoured it clean of forest leafy material and organic material, just down to the bare rocks, almost 100 feet across in places. And of course it piled up humongous piles of debris and logs that formed log jams and that rerouted the brook in lots of places and made the damage even more severe. The thing is as a fishery, the brook is still good. I mean, there's lots of brook trout in here. It's just aesthetically, it's no longer anything like it used to be. Still a lovely place. Easy now, fella. Easy now. This guy, beautiful brook trout. He slammed this dry fly in the very first cast. Driving home was a great camping trip. Didn't sleep as good as I wanted to, but that happens sometimes. Had some good food, had a great sight, fishing was great. All in all, it was a good time. Probably be a while before I get out again, probably colder weather sometime this fall. But a lot to do in August. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.